Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Hylogy Blood Pressure Monitor. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a Hylogy Blood Pressure Monitor, a sphygmomanometer, and this is an electronic version with a color LED display. And here are some of its features. And now let's go ahead and open up the box. But of course, cutting apart the clear sticky seal that's keeping the box securely sealed up. And let's pull out that tab and pop up the box lid to reveal the contents inside. And we continue to remove the contents of the box packaging. And just making sure that we've removed all the contents from the product packaging. We can now set the box to the side, so let's set it on the right hand side of the frame. And I'll spread the contents out across the tabletop so you can see the entire contents from the product packaging or box packaging of this Hylogy blood pressure monitor or sphygmomanometer. Okay, so those are the contents that we've removed from the box packaging. Okay, let's start off by taking a look at this item. So there is what appears to be a warranty card for the blood pressure monitor. So right there, setting the card down and on the left hand side of the frame. And moving on to the next item, there is a little packet here. And let's pop it open to see what's inside. So there appears to be some details for a gift. Okay, and let's set that packet down and on the left hand side of the frame, and moving right along there is of course a user manual for the Hylogy blood pressure monitor. And just giving you an idea of how thick this user manual is. So right there. And now let's flip it open. So there is a table of contents, and the user manual is covered in 5 languages, including English. So let's take a look at the English section very quickly. So you can see there is a table of contents, and the print is a little on the small side. And just flipping right along, right there for your reference, and hopefully it is clear enough right there for viewing on your screen or device. And right there, just flipping right through. So the blood pressure monitor can be powered by either 4 AA batteries or using a Type-C USB cable. Okay, and moving right along, so for your reference purposes, and always refer and read the user manual before attempting to operate any such electronic device. Okay, and moving right along, warranty information and EMC declaration right there. And that's the English section of the user manual covered. and the rest are in 4 other languages. Okay, so setting the user manual on the left hand side of the frame and moving right along, there is an armband here, or at least what appears to be an armband, so giving you a look there. And let's pop it out from its clear plastic packet. So it does have a pale or light grey colour to it, and a diagram showing an arm and how the band should be fitted on the arm for measurement. And just unrolling the armband to give you a better idea of the size of this armband right there. And of course the connectors. So right there, giving you a look in close-up detail. So the hose feels like it is made from rubber or silicone. And there is a stainless steel bar as well right there. And taking a look on the reverse side of the armband, and right there giving you some various looks to the hook and loop fastening of the armband. So plenty of fastening material with the hook and the loop sections for the perfect fitment. Okay, so that's the armband right there, and just rolling it back up and setting it down and moving right along to the blood pressure monitor itself, so you can see that it is nice and safely packaged. And let's cut apart very carefully the sticky tape that's keeping the bubble wrap securely sealed against the blood pressure monitor. So there we go, giving you a look. So it does have a nice glossy screen, and it is a full LED or full color LED screen, and giving you some idea of the size, resting it in the palm of my hand right there. So hopefully giving you some sense of perspective right there. And in terms of weight, it is quite light in weight. Nice light to medium weight for the size, as you would expect. And giving you some various looks right round and about this Hylogy blood pressure monitor, or sphygmomanometer. Right there you can see the socket for the armband hose to connect into, and then on the right hand side of the blood pressure monitor is a USB Type-C socket or port. So one of 2 ways to power this blood pressure monitor. So you can see it does have 4 round silicone pads as well, and they are anti-slip. Just from touching them, I can feel that they are grippy, so providing a nice and secure and stable grip to your surface in which you rest this Hylogy blood pressure monitor against. So you can see the alternative way of powering this blood pressure monitor is by using 4 AA batteries, as you can see in this battery compartment underneath the blood pressure monitor. Okay, so taking a nice good look all around. And of course there are 3 buttons on the lower part of this color LED to operate the blood pressure monitor. So there appears to be a user selection button, an operation button or measurement button, and a memory recall button right there. So 3 buttons to operate this Hylogy blood pressure monitor. So okay, so nice good look overall. So I'm just going to shift the armband to the right hand side of the frame and just taking one more look at this Hylogy blood pressure monitor, giving you various angles and aspects of this compact electronic blood pressure monitor from Hylogy. Okay, so now let's go ahead and of course pop some batteries in. So it takes 4 AA batteries, or can be powered by using a USB-C power supply with cable, of course. So I do have over here 4 Amazon Basics pre-charge rechargeable AA batteries, which I've unboxed on the channel before. And they are of course too big, so it actually takes 4 AAA batteries instead. So I beg your pardon. Not AA's, but AAA batteries. So let's have a look around to see if we've got any AAA batteries around. And I'll be right back with 4 AAA batteries. So okay, so now I'm back, and this time around I've got 4 AAA pre-charged rechargeable Amazon Basics batteries, which I've also unboxed on the channel before. And let's go about fitting these 4 AAA batteries into the Hylogy blood pressure monitor. So just like that, 4 batteries in, and just taking a look at the screen. No activity there. And let's pop that battery compartment cover back on. And let's plug, very simply, that hose connector into the side of the blood pressure monitor. So right there, giving you a nice good look. Let's just try avoiding any entanglements right there. And let's try and turn it on and see what happens. So let's hit that play button, and you can see that color LED fully lighting up. And you can see and hear the sound of the pump inflating that armband as well. And perhaps I should have fitted the armband on myself first before hitting that measurement button, but nonetheless giving you some idea of what actually is happening. And as I mentioned, and as I always do with user manuals and electronics, to always read the user manual before attempting to operate any such device. So you can see that digital color LED with the systolic, diastolic and pulse rows right there, giving you a nice close-up look. So the screen is large and quite bright, and of course quite crisp and clear as well. So nice and very legible indeed. And you can see the pressure dropping on the diastolic reading, or that could be the pulse. But as you can see, systolic, diastolic and pulse rows right there. And let's tap on the other buttons. Let's tap on the play button again and see what happens. And right there, it's turned the device off. And let's press on the user selection button. So you can see that it does have, or as we press and toggle through, it does show different measurements or readings on the screen right there. And with the memory recall button on the right as well, as we toggle to see the different indicators or measurements. So it does store up to 9 readings altogether for 2 user profiles. Okay, so right there, taking a nice good look, just a quick toggle just to give you some idea of the screen details of this Hylogy blood pressure monitor. And now let's fit the armband on myself and measure my blood pressure. So as you can see, once again giving you some idea of that diagram and the orientation of which the armband should fit. So you can see that there is an arrow that points what I believe to be is meant to be downwards. And of course giving myself a nice good fit of the armband onto my arm. And wrapping it around my arm with that hook and loop fastening. So right there, giving you some idea. And of course there is still plenty of hook and loop for slimmer or much wider arms. But now let's go ahead and hit that measurement button, that play button in the middle, and see what happens. And now I can feel it inflating. And of course you can hear that pump working as well, and I can feel quite a significant amount of pressure on my arm. And there, it has stopped inflating. And now it's continuing to deflate, and you can see the reading dropping. just giving you an idea. I'm going to handle it with my right hand. And right there, it now has provided a reading. And those are my readings for the systolic, diastolic, and pulse. And just pressing the buttons to just see what those buttons do. So pressing on the memory recall button, pressing on the user selection button, and let's hit that play button again, and that turns the device off. And there we go, we've reactivated the LED, just to give you some idea right there of those readings with the systolic, diastolic, and pulse in the respective rows with that nice, crisp, clear display. Just waking up that screen again, and there is a colored bar on the right hand side as well. And let's see. So just playing around, and I'm going to hit that play button again. And now it's reinflating. Let's see if we can cancel that. So we stop that just by pressing on that play button again. And let's see if we can toggle to a different user, because it's showing B right there in the user selection screen. And obviously I'm just giving it a go, trying to figure out if we can toggle to the next or second user selection or user profile. But as I mentioned, as always, read the instructions before attempting to operate any such device, but let's just give it a go anyway to see if we can get to move or toggle to the next user. Obviously, without reading the user instructions, I'm definitely making it look a lot more difficult than it actually is in attempting to operate this device. But let's stop that inflation, and I'm just simply trying to get that B to show as A, or perhaps I'm not understanding the operation quite so clearly, but giving you an idea there. And now it's reinflating again when every time I press the measurement button, but let's just give it one more read. And setting that device down, actually bringing it up, keeping it in my hand so you can see and hear that noise. So very gentle motor noise, so it is rather quiet in operation. And right there, those are my readings this time around. And I'm just going to see if I can toggle the readings so that it displays in this unit right there. So okay, let's get it to measure in this unit. Okay, so that's the more common unit of measure of the blood pressure measurement. So 134/83, which is the systolic over diastolic measurement, and the pulse of 53 beats per minute, or heart rate. So there we go. So nice, simple and quick readings with minimal effort required, but obviously in terms of recording and recalling that data, there's a bit of work to do in terms of referring to the user manual to understand better how to access and record those readings. But nonetheless, giving you some idea of how easy it is just to do a quick measurement right there. And obviously there are two types of units of measure, but let's stop that. And just to make sure that we've got the right, see if we can get it to the right screen. So right there, it's giving us the previous readings, reading 2 and reading 1. So right there, we've kind of figured out some simple functionality there just by playing around with this blood pressure monitor. I'm still trying to figure out how to toggle to the first user. So as you can see, the purple or fuchsia colored user B has been highlighted, and right there we've managed to toggle to user A. So let's see if we can do that again. That was quite a fluke. So right there, by pressing on that recall button, once we've got the user highlighted, we can toggle between the users. So right there, very simple now. And of course, toggling between the two units of measure right there and toggling through. Not sure what CL is. It might be clearing the entire memory, but I could be wrong. So make sure you refer to the user manual. So right there, going to do one more read, and this time we'll do it under user A. So let's hit that play button. And of course, let's toggle back the unit of measure because it's right showing kPa. So I think we've got the hang of this now, just with a quick play. Going into kPa, let's toggle it to the more standard reading there, mmHg. And let's hit that play button. And we should be on our way right there. So once again, I feel that pressure build up on my arm, the armband wrapped around it. And of course, that pressure being released very gradually. And here is the reading, but this time around we have made that measurement under user A right there. So two user profiles or two users that we can record our measurements and monitor them. Okay, so right there, of course, only one reading showing number 1 there, and we can toggle. Let's see if we can get it to toggle to user B. So if we do that, toggle. Okay, toggle to user B, press play, stop, and we should be able to right there toggle and recall using that memory recall button on the right to see the different measurements. So we've taken 2 measurements under user B and 1 measurement under user A, if we can get to user A. So let's see if we can do that. Nope, stop that and stop. And there, user A. And if we press play, and there we go. We've got that reading that we just took just then in slot number 1 and nothing else, because we've only recorded that one reading under user A. So far, just by playing around with it, but obviously read the user manual, that would save you a lot more time, hopefully. So right there, we've managed to take 2 readings or record 2 readings under those 2 users or user profiles. Okay, so there we have it. And let's take off the armband. And setting that right down. So that's the Hylogy Blood Pressure Monitor. Thanks for watching and happy measuring!